up there, Kiss Army? Tom Zeus with another episode of Shout It Out Loudcast, episode 23. We're calling this one Talk to Me. And Zeus is not appearing tonight. He didn't make it home after the Bruins loss in Game 7. So stepping in for him will be a guy named George. George is stepping in for him today. So how are you, Tom?
I'm fine, George. May Zeus rest in peace.
I don't think I've ever heard you say George.
I don't think so either.
Oh my God, that sounded weird. Yeah. So I said to Tom, what did I say to you tonight? I said, you know what? You're like, oh, how you doing? That took over your life for 2 months. I'm used to this, folks. Boston goes in deep runs, and the Bruins usually go in deep these playoff runs, and it's every other night. You're either at the Garden, figuring out what time you got to get there, beating traffic, getting your parking, being there, coming home at 12, 1 o'clock for 2 months of doing this shit. Or if you're not, you're at home watching it all night on the, and they lose, you're miserable, and they win, you're online tweeting stupid shit to the opposing team's fans, right?
And
so now that this – go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, and fucking up our recording schedule.
Yeah, fucking up our recording schedule. So I said to Tom, he's like, what are you going to do now? I said, now I'm going to put all our effort into making this the best KISS podcast out there. And what did you say back?
That means you've been half-assing it the whole time.
So back 1,000% committed now, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a kick in the nuts.
That was pretty bad. And it's funny, too, because, obviously we're not a Bruins podcast, but when something consumes your life, like you said, every day for 2 months, when it's over, it's like, what do I do now?
Yeah. And for you, about Gene's codpiece.
All right, let's do it.
Frankly. What else is going on, Tommy?
Well, personally speaking, I was supposed to be doing a road race this evening. This is Thursday, June 13th, but we've had an unbelievably perfect stretch of weather here. So what happens on the day of the road race? 50 degrees and pouring rain. So guess what? I'm not fucking running in that weather. So I'll take my free T-shirt that I got for the race, and that's about it.
That's it? I thought you were going to tell me something else.
Uh-oh.
I can't stop the rain.
Oh, pew.
Here it comes again.
Oh, God. See, now you've broken free of the chains that the Bruins put on you. Now you're singing Peter Criss.
That's what you should have said. You said somebody should have been, but this is New Hampshire.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, it's New Hampshire. Why is it raining? What's going on?
Oh, brutal.
That's what I think should be happening. So let's get to the real important stuff. KISS news. What do we got?
Yeah,
what do we got there?
It's funny because you would think with them just being on tour and they're in Russia right now, it shit keeps happening. Like weird stuff keeps happening. What's that?
I'm just speaking a little Russian.
Oh yeah.
Как вас зовут? Меня зовут Chaim Witz.
Okay. All right. So as we mentioned on some previous episodes, for some reason, while they're in Russia, Paul is doing like these weird fucking radio interviews on these American radio stations. So he was on from the Columbus, Ohio. He was on the Torg and Elliott morning show. I don't know why. But anyway, so this made the round. It's nothing new, but it just came back in the forefront last week or a couple days ago, whatever. And of course, the guys asked him, is it possible that Ace and Peter will make an appearance on the End of the Road tour? Quote,
Peter!
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? I have to say that door is open, but it's nothing I contemplate daily. We're 45 shows into a sold-out tour, and it's going to continue. It's a celebration, not of any lineup of the band. It's a celebration of everything we've accomplished, and that's not limited to any particular people. So whatever happens, happens. Can you translate that bullshit for us, Zeus?
He's keeping the door open. I told you, my opinion is they're like, we can't do a 3-year tour with those two guys. let's get through the most part of it with these two hired guns that have helped us get through this. Have a happy time, and then somehow figure out in the end to get those guys back on stage and do a couple big stadiums or something like that to close out the whole tour. I don't know. I think they'll do it. I mean, Ace obviously will do it. And if Peter doesn't come, I doubt it. Like, Peter, they don't need him that much. They'll throw him a couple bucks, come out, Peter. You don't even have to drum, just sing a couple songs. Yeah. And get back there. Eric's going to help you out. You'll be fine.
I mean, it's smart. It's smart what Paul's doing. It's good marketing, because if Paul came out and definitively said absolutely not, for people like you who have faith that it's going to happen, it creates a sense of anticipation, and it creates a little bit more interest and mystery with the tour. So it's smart from that perspective. That being said, I still think that there's no shot of it happening. But, I hope I'm wrong, because I would really like to see it. Like you said, have Peter come out, do Beth, something like that. Have Ace come out, do, whatever. I don't know. Have him just come out and jam with them.
Ride.
Yeah, well, anything. Even if he doesn't sing, just have him come out. But I think the question that everybody is asking,
come out and sing Tommy Thayer's "Out of This World."
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Ace, we're gonna have you on the tour, but you gotta sing "When Lightning Strikes." You gotta get off the fucking stage.
We're doing a couple Spaceman songs. Yeah. Oh, you mean like "Shock Me" and "Rocky Ride"? No, we're doing. We're gonna do "When Lightning Strikes" and what's the other one called? "Out of This World."
Oh God!
You are legally obligated to do those.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's going to end up happening.
But the interesting thing, so let's say that, so think of it this way. If that comes back, how is that going to work costume and makeup wise?
They'd have to have two aces. It's not like little kids are going to be up there and go, why are there two Santa Clauses? Two aces, two spacemen, two catmen. What are you talking about? That's it. They can't.
There's no way they're going to do that.
So what is fucking the other two going to get out of makeup?
No, it's going to be like Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park. Ace comes up, hits Tommy over the head with a guitar, and then fucking steals his costume. And then the freaking white werewolves are going to come out and freaking attack everybody.
It'd have to be two Ace, two Peter. And then the two new Paul and Gene who are going to be in Kiss 2.0 come out too. And it'll be four of them. Everybody be pointing at each other like that Spider-Man meme.
You? Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Well, actually, I was actually just going to add a comment, but I'm going to save it for one of our listener questions later on in the show. So
I don't know what's going to happen. Let's worry about that when we get to that point. What else we got?
Okay. So Tommy Thayer, you got to love the headlines. Blabbermouth again. Blabbermouth has been pretty awesome with Kiss gossip. Headline says Tommy Thayer shoots down Ace Frehley's claim that Kiss couldn't sell out Madison Square Garden. Okay, that's not what happened.
Yeah, and I also saw another one that said, like, Tommy Thayer blasts Ace Frehley, like something like that. And I'm like, did he say something different in that interview? I read it. It's the same thing.
No.
He didn't blast Ace Frehley. There was nobody that even brought up Ace and said, hey, Ace is saying this.
Yep.
And Tommy says, oh, yeah? He didn't even say anything. They just asked Tommy a question, and Tommy answered it.
Right. Somebody asked him a tour. He was doing he was at the Swedish Rock Festival or something. And it says right here, Thayer didn't mention Frehley by name, but made it a point to say that Kiss had no problem selling tickets in the Big Apple. The media is bullshit. It's not just politics. It's music, too, the way they spin this shit.
And then he turned to Paul. Is that right? Did I say that?
Am I allowed to say that? Can you pull the puppet strings on me? Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Now we're gonna get hate mail. All right.
But I'm just saying, like, what do you expect the guy to say? Yeah, you're right. This tour sucks.
Well, he said the end of the road world tour that we're doing, we just did 45 shows in North America. Most of them were sold out, including Madison Square Garden that was sold out. Now, reportedly, I guess there was some video of this. I haven't seen it. Somebody reported that when Tommy kind of made the comment about Madison Square Garden, that he kind of had like a little bit of a shit-eating grin on his face, kind of knowing like, hey, Ace, like, kind of F you type thing. Now, Mitch LaFawn posted something on Twitter about this, and my personal comment was that I think it's kind of shitty to even give Ace the time of day with his Madison Square Garden comment. I wouldn't have even said anything, but whatever.
Yeah.
That's just me. But what Tommy should have said was, Yeah, this is the real spaceman right now talking about Kiss, and people would have fucking lost their collective minds.
Yeah, the spaceman.
Yeah.
Are you the spaceman? Yes, I'm the spaceman.
Are you the Burn Man?
Hello, Burn Man. Are you the Burn Man?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm only scarred about the neck, chest, breast, and head area. It's not too bad.
I don't know why that.
Are you the spaceman? Are you the Burn Man? Hurry up.
I'm picturing like some guy doing an interview going, "Are you the spaceman?" Oh shit! All right, I gotta get my shit together. This is professional. I have to get my act together. We're getting paid thousands of dollars for this show.
Keep reading, buddy. What else we got?
Oh, all right. So another good one. This is good.
All right.
Paul Stanley doing another radio interview in Peoria, Illinois.
With Stonehill College Underground Railroad.
105
Underground Radio.
105.7 The X rocks. I'm not insulting any. If we have anybody from Illinois, I'm not making fun of you. I just find it amazing that Paul is in fucking Russia and he's talking to guys from Peoria. But whatever. So, they're asking about his book and all different kinds of quotes and whatnot.
How do you make a meatball?
Yeah. But tell me how you prepare the pan. So this is great. So the guy asks him, what's your favorite Kiss album? And he says, it's an impossible question to answer. Kiss Alive was a pivotal album. Lots of great albums. And then he goes on to say this fucking gem. I have to say, the last two albums we did, Sonic Boom and Monster, great albums. And it will take some time before those become classics. It's always interesting that when a song comes out, it's competing with songs that have memories in history. It's just interesting how it takes years for songs to get that. Lick It Up. It's a classic song. Psycho Circus.
Oh, my God.
It's a classic song. Then he goes, they were new songs at one point, but they're not new anymore. Oh, Zeus,
they
take this.
sucked at one point, and they still suck at this point. Psycho Circus, the song, is so awful.
Yeah. Oh. You know that I'm sure I'm sure you're familiar with that term gaslighting.
Yeah.
When somebody
it's a great Hitchcock movie.
Yeah, when somebody continues to repeat something and kind of fuck with your brain until you finally are like, "Oh shit, yeah, I think that's true." He's fucking gaslighting all of us with Psycho Circus. Stop. That is not a classic song.
Wasn't me. Wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Maybe it wasn't you.
That's exactly what this is. It's a classic song. No, it isn't. Maybe it is. That's what's happening here.
I heard you did some jokes about me. No, you didn't. Maybe I didn't. I want to beat up the fool. Tell me the lies.
I can understand Lick It Up. I don't like Lick It Up, but I can see how that.
Mind is lost. This episode's going to go downhill.
I love it.
Now, my mind went to, hey, boy. Hey, boy.
It's the Eddie Murphy Delirious Podcast. Humana, 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 humana.
which we could bear and go right and start talking about Rocky III, the greatest bully movie of all time. It's bad enough that Mr. T and Clubber Lang were fucking with Rocky. What the fuck? What's his problem with Apollo Creed?
Oh, yeah. Old man.
You better get that bad look off your face before I knock it off.
No, it's even better when he goes after Rocky's wife. Hey, woman. Hey, woman.
That's how some lady's going to be like, oh, yes. Hey, woman. Hey, woman. Hey, how are ya? Shut up, old man.
All right. You got to get the fucking train back on the track here. We're never going to get out of here.
Shut up, old man. Imagine telling an old guy in front of everybody, shut up, old man. Gene's talking on the microphone. And then we decided to do Lick It Up. Shut up, old man.
I wish the DJ who did this interview with Paul Stanley said, shut up, old man. Psycho Circus sucks.
Psycho Circus is terrible.
Wait, but let's get to the bigger point here.
Yes.
It's going to take some time before Sonic Boom and Monster are classics.
Sonic Boom's awesome. Monster,
okay. Sonic Boom is very good, and I took a lot of heat on Twitter. I could
listen to Sonic Boom straight through.
I took a lot of heat on Twitter because I was shitting on Monster. I enjoy Sonic Boom. I do. A couple songs aren't great, but from top to bottom, that's an album I could put in and listen to it and enjoy it.
Yep.
Okay. But but even that,
I'll enjoy it.
But that being said, it's still. What does he mean classic? Like in 50 years, it's going to be like. I don't really know what he's saying. And Monster, here's my point. When he brings up Sonic Boom and Monster, they're not going to be classics. Okay, he's shitting on his argument because he's talking about Lick It Up and Psycho Circus. Okay, they play those songs in concert. Both of them are on the End of the Road set list. Okay, yeah. They never play. Say Yeah is on the set list from Sonic Boom. They have never played anything from Monster except for when the album came out and they did the tour. They played Hella Hallelujah. How is Monster or anything on it supposed to be classic if you never play it or promote it to the fans?
I don't know. You ever go down that rabbit hole of ultimate classic rock and they'll be like classic albums by this band, this band, that band. Yeah. So you'll see one top 10, top 20 for the Stones.
Yeah.
Like Steel Wheels. Like that fucking album from the 90s?
Right.
Classic album. Like who the fuck is calling that a classic album?
Right.
Yet now they call it a classic album. Are you shitting me?
Right.
Like things like that you're like, what the fuck?
Steel Wheels. So I was going to say Steel Wheels is for the Rolling Stones is better than Monster is for Kiss, I think.
No, but I'm just saying, like, at some point when Kiss hangs it up 15 years from now, every album by Kiss is going to be called, the classic album by Kiss, because it's nostalgic and it's Kiss and everybody likes all their shit. If you're a fan of them, you like all their shit. Look, there's just better albums than others. Do you ever sit there, if you root for the Patriots, do you ever say the 2009 Patriots that a lot of people didn't like? Did you say, I didn't like that team? No, you liked the team, but you didn't like them as much as the other. You like all the Patriots teams. You like all the Kiss albums. Some are better than others.
Right.
But you would consider them all classics, and you would want every single one of them. There's not one you would give up. You know what I mean? There's not one that you would say, I wish they never did it. I'd rather not have heard this music.
Right, I agree with that, but not wishing that something didn't exist doesn't make it a classic.
No, but I'm saying like you still would be like, to you it's still a classic because like you remember when you bought it, you remember where you were, you remember a couple songs, you remember the feelings you had when you played it, you remember a certain place. You know, all that shit is part of the whole point of having classic albums.
I think what this quote kind of comes on the heels of what we said about the episode we talked about things that we wish Kiss did do and didn't do. And Kiss, Paul in particular, speaking intelligently to his fans and being, Paul, we're not saying that we don't like Sonic Boom and Monster, but don't tell us that it's going to take a while for them to be classic. I mean, Asylum has been around for 30 plus years. It's a great album. I love it, but it's not.
But here's my point.
Okay.
Do you think Paul has any real feedback from anybody that would tell him that Psycho Circus is a classic song that should be played? Do you think he's listened to anybody? Do you think anybody's told him that to reassure him? No. Or do you believe that he's just doing it and he's like, I like this song, I like how I perform on it, it's one of my favorite songs, so I'm going to play it, and the fans love it?
I think,
you know what I mean? Like, nobody's told him that.
No, I think you're making a great point. Paul likes what Paul likes. And Paul's not doing what people tell him to do. He's doing what he wants. He wrote Psycho Circus. He thinks it's a great song. And the way to get – that's why I brought up that term gaslighting. The way to get people to get into the song and like it or tolerate it, even if you don't like it, is to keep fucking playing it. And he will never take that out of the set list. It's always going to be in there.
People always get used to it.
And it gives him the chance for when the song slows down, he's like – with the kind of part of the song where it's like just the drums and, he's talking to the crowd. Like he likes that. And the crowd seems to love it.
No, the crowd does not seem to love it, but whatever. But nobody has really on a personal level come up to him and said, Paul, that song, you got to play it. Everyone loves that song. It's a great classic song. No one's told them that. But I bet you he's heard from other people say, why don't you play Mr. Speed? Why don't you play this?
Yeah.
And for all his talk about, then half the audience will be going to the bathroom and that. No one's told you to play fucking Psycho Circus, yet you play it.
That's what I'm saying. He's doing what he wants.
Songs, people have told you to play it, but you don't want to listen to them.
All right, here's a question. Who do you think is in charge of creating the set list for the End of the Road tour?
He is. Absolutely.
Exactly. No doubt.
Gene, you'll have this many songs. Pick the ones you want.
Exactly. I bet you. Now at Gene's age, he's probably like, Paul, just fucking pick what you want. I don't want to hear you bitch. Just whatever. I'll sing whatever you want. You know what I mean? Right? Am I right?
Hey, what about me? Shut up and play Beth when you want, you little bitch.
Yeah, we'll put you under the stage and your fucking little piano there. We'll wait for you to come up, you little peewee. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's that. You know that's him doing that, right?
Oh, we got to get this in our episode because it was requested to us. Remember?
Uh-oh. What?
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yes.
So we were requested by one of our fellow favorite Instagram followers at Basscat. There's got to be a point in this when someone says, "Hey, fucko, we want you to fucking play Beth," and I get to come out of the fucking bottomless pit and come up with a fucking piano, like it or not. And then someone put a towel around me, and you guys come all over me and fucking literally jerk me off and be like, "Oh wow, well you're fucking awesome playing the piano." Oh,
no,
I think
you're
that's
right.
how it was said.
No, you're right. It's true. Fucko.
Yeah, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is our fucko portion of the night.
The fucko moment of the night. Yeah, sponsored by
fucko.
But as much as I dislike the Monster album, I do think that Hello Hallelujah is a really good song, and I think it performed awesome. And I think performed live, it's really good. Why is that not on here? I don't know. He just doesn't make sense. He doesn't make sense. And I think you hit the nail on the head. He's got nobody. And you know what? He's almost 70 years old. He doesn't need it, but he's got nobody giving him anything.
Nobody's going to call him out when they have him on there and go, "Paul, that's not true."
Right.
There's not one person that interviewing him would seriously say, "No, Paul, as a fan, and I can tell you from other fans, that's not true."
Right. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to do that
because that shit.
They're just so excited that Paul Stanley is on the fucking Peoria, Illinois classic rock station.
Wearing his fucking Puma lady bag, whatever he's got on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, how did that? Thanks for bringing that up. We don't even have that designated as a news item. Paul Stanley's bringing the fucking fanny pack back, people.
Yeah. The man's handbag back. It's a purse. It's not a purse.
It's European. What is he doing?
What is that look?
You saw that picture. What the fuck are you doing?
Who is it? Okay, you're at a barbecue, and you look over, and there's a guy dressed just like that.
You know what I would say? I would say,
what the fuck?
I would say, oh, that poor man. He needs to get back to the home. Somebody let him out for lunch, and he missed his bus.
Where's the rest of the band members from Trickster?
Yeah. No, it's like that. It's like, again, Seinfeld. It's like when Kramer has those jumping shoes on, and the guy mistakes him for like a mentally challenged individual because he's like,
because he had his teeth. He had the dentist bill, right? And he had the dentist.
Numb.
Yeah, and he was talking with the slur.
But that picture, he had that little fucking fedora hat on, his zebra striped sneakers, and the friggin' leopard print animal eyes fanny pack.
Honestly, what would you do if you're like having a hot dog, you're drinking a beer, you look over your friends, and this fucking guy's in the corner with the fedora and the thing on?
You'd
like to think you're mature enough not to say something, but you'd all look back and like. Pfft.
And that's how I wrote Psycho Circus. Oh, what? Who the fuck is this guy?
Go, hey, Stanley Eisen, come over here.
You know he's going to sell those things.
Oh, there'll people buy it. Absolutely. Who's going to pull off that look? Paul, you can get away with it because people don't know and you're a rock star.
He can barely get away with it. Barely.
No other normal guy, at the company cookout is wearing that outfit.
If they did, they'd be a fucking legend.
Is that Phil from accounting? Hey, what are you doing? Oh, it's Casual Friday.
It's Casual Friday. Why wouldn't I wear my animalized fanny pack to the cookout?
And my fedora.
And what do you think? What do you think of my friggin' zebra stripe breakdancing Pumas? What the fuck?
It's fantastic there, Star Child. So is that it for news items?
No, one more.
Oh, all right. Wow. This is a long news item day.
This is just the beginning.
Ooh.
There was a picture circulating around on social media. It was a close up, so you could see what it was. It wasn't
the Ace's teeth.
By the way, if anybody's wondering, we are completely sober right now. I don't want you to think.
What the fuck is wrong with us?
I don't want you to
said like hockey season's over. I'm 100% committed to making this the fucking best Kiss podcast out there. People are probably like, who are these two 12-year-olds that fucking have a talking on my podcast?
If Beavis and Butthead had a podcast.
Yeah, thanks for that nickname there, Steven. Yeah, that's Steven.
Yep. You're Steven from Growing Up Rock called Zeus and I Beavis and Butthead, and I took it as the biggest compliment I've ever gotten in my life.
Yeah, we won't tell them what we call them, but that's all right.
So all right. So the picture was circulating. It was a close up.
Sonny was the guy in the white hat. But go on.
Oh Jesus! So it was a close up of Paul on stage, and you could clearly tell it looked like they were like knee braces or some kind of knee like support. Now everybody knows
Cold Steve Austin had those knee braces.
Well, everybody knows Paul has had like reconstructive surgery. I think he's had some knee replacements. I think he's maybe had some hip issues, and he has been
Tree Rollins coming in off the bench.
Yeah, he's got the minute bowl.
He's got bad knees. Oh no, Yao Ming goes down. Oh no,
he's got those minute bowl knee pads.
Make sure they're not covering his fucking fanny pack.
Oh,
no! I gotta get my lip gloss out of my fanny pack.
What the fuck?
This is just rotten.
I love it. All right. Slow down, because now I'm losing my shit. All right.
All right. So he had fucking knee braces. All right. Now he's quadriplegic. Is that what they're saying? What are they saying?
No. My point. No, my observation on this was I said. So they're 6 months into the tour. Mm-hmm. When we went to the show in Boston, we were right up close to him. We would have noticed something like that, because his boot,
he got booted across the fucking stage.
His boots. You can see. So I guess my point is this: there's no fucking way this tour is lasting another 2 years.
Because his knees are going to give out?
Yeah.
But I've never heard him complaining about his knees.
Oh, dude, he's had reconstructive surgery. He's had knee replacements.
On his hips or fucking.
But I think he's had some knee issues too. My point is this: if he's 6 months into the thing and he's already wearing some kind of whatever, and that's fine.
Rehabbing.
Yeah, fine.
He's gonna come off the bench for the fucking Golden State Warriors. Oh, now in for Kevin Durant, Paul Stanley.
Yeah, he's playing the role of fucking Kiki Vandeweghe coming off the bench.
Paul, you gotta take off your fanny pack. Get going with that. I need it. Damn it. Paul Stanley for three. It's good.
And then he requests the arena DJ to play Psycho Circus every time he hits a three.
Paul, you're gonna play defense. Oh no, he's strutting out there. He's forgetting to play defense.
Strutter?
He's doing the Paul Stanley walk where he does the shoulders. Dude, no, you gotta hustle back, Paul.
All right. See, now that you just said that, now it's time to give a shout out.
Okay.
Because now we need to, this is going to segue into our buddy Daryl Alber, who came through like we could only have ever wished for. One of the most spectacular videos he's ever made for us.
Yeah.
And we shared it on our personal pages, on our show Twitter. It's on our Facebook page. If you haven't seen it yet, Oh, my God. Do yourself a favor. It is hilarious. Last week, we were talking about our favorite songs with multiple vocalists. And
Which I'm going to stop you there.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think we fucked up.
Okay. I think we did too.
Missed a couple, right?
Yeah, I know we did. I know.
What did we miss?
But here's the thing. I know what you're going to say, but I having a segment of a song where another member jumps in for a verse or I don't.
That's the case. And Firehouse shouldn't have been in there.
Okay, I know because Plasticaster.
Was there a lot in Plasticaster that Paul sings?
Nope, but there's one where you can clearly hear Paul jump in and sing along with Gene. But it's not the whole song.
But he's singing the chorus part.
No. The part of it says, a token of my love for her perfection. Right before the chorus kicks in, you can hear Paul kick in with Gene. And there was another one you had mentioned.
Oh, definitely. What do you call it? Come on and love me. Baby, don't you hesitate.
Yep, that was it too. We missed that.
I wouldn't put Plasticaster in there.
Well, I think it's about the same as Come On and Love Me. Paul sings the entire song except for that one line where Gene jumps in and sings along with Paul.
Yeah, it's like that one line in that one part of the song, or is there more parts in the song that Paul jumps in on, Plasticaster?
No, it's just that each time that section of the song comes up, Paul's voice jumps in with Gene.
All right, so put it this way. If Come On and Love Me is in there, I would put Come On and Love Me maybe number 3 and bump I down. And then take out Let Me Know.
But I think we tried to stick with it where the multiple vocalists were almost there for almost the whole song. But you're right. If we had she in there.
If we had Firehouse in there.
Yeah, I know.
We had to put Come On and Love Me in there.
Yeah. And Plasticaster, it's not the chorus.
All right, so Plasticaster, I would put that probably, for me, I would put Plasticaster as number 7 and take out Shout It Out Loud.
Yeah, I'd probably put Plasticaster higher than that, and Come On and Love Me would be number 1, but that's a different story.
It would over Love Her I Can?
Yeah. Come On and Love Me.
You would take out God Gave Rock and Roll to You.
Yes.
And It's My Life.
Yes.
And put Plasticaster where?
Probably top 5.
Over She, Under She.
Over She.
So then that would be your number 4.
Yeah. Plasticaster is one of my all-time favorite songs. It's off my favorite Kiss album. But,
okay, so Plasticaster is number 4 for you. And then number 1 would be Come On and Love Me over Love Her All I Can.
But I think both of those songs have to have an asterisk on them because it's
I don't.
Okay. All right. But anyway, all right. So
if we have Firehouse in there.
Okay. But anyway, so I was talking about Daryl in the video because Zeus, he loves the song Stand off of Sonic Boom. The song's a total fucking mess. It's awful.
Oh, it's awesome.
So we were talking about the lyrics and how funny it is. And Zeus, go ahead. You can kind of finish the
And so what I was saying was that song is all about – you were laughing about it. I'm like, oh, it's a great friend song. Like, I'll be there for you. You can count on me. And it reminds me of the Golden Girls theme, right?
Yep. Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for being a friend. And I said they should have that, but have it like, because we always called Gene from look like B. Arthur during the Asylum era. I was like, that'd be perfect. That should be the new theme for like the Golden Girls. And then go ahead.
And then Daryl Albert made a spectacular video that you have to check out if you haven't seen it. He takes the whole intro credits to the Golden Girls and puts Stand on it as the song instead of the original Golden Girls theme. And I got to tell you, not only is it hilarious, it actually fits perfect.
Absolutely.
It fits perfect. like when they hit the chorus where it says "Stand by you" and I'll be there for you, and it shows the girls like hugging each other. It was like perfect timing. Like the song was written for the show. So we want to thank Daryl for that. That was just great. That was so good.
He's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Thank you again, Daryl. We appreciate it, buddy.
So good. Yeah, it was great. So, Zeus, you want to jump in and kind of say why this episode is called Talk to Me?
Yeah, so we came up with a thing. There's a couple things that we've gotten feedback about from you guys that you really like. Amongst them is when I go off on a rant about a Stewart character that we all know. And then the other part to this is our tragic hero Vincent Cusano. Those two seem to be like the two big kind of like parts that when we go off on these tangents that you guys seem to like when we describe.
Yeah.
So rather than do an episode of certain stuff, we thought we'd call this episode Talk to Me after the Ace song and just do an episode where we're just going to be talking about these two, a couple issues that are on our minds and go into a little bit more details than other than the beginning opening segment of our show. So we can start with, you want to go with poor Vinny first?
Oh God. Yeah. So this is a lot.
What's happened in the news recently? Why don't you lead up to it and tell us what happened with Vinny recently?
Recently about him with the speedball.
Yeah, and all that stuff, and the Decibel Geek guys, and all that. Yep.
Right. So as if anybody's following the Vinnie Vincent thing, so a couple months ago, whatever, it was announced that Vinny was going to be doing a performance called the Speedball Jam. And it was going to be limited to, I think it was 60 tickets at like $300 a pop, and it was going to be this private event and blah, 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 blah. And before that, back in February, there was an appearance. It was going to be a comeback appearance. That was canceled. And leading up to the Speedball thing in June, he appeared with Mitch LaFon. We talked about this. And Vinny went on a rant about, people accusing him of canceling and, dropping F-bombs and insulting all these people and everything. So long story short, we talked about the Speedball Jam was canceled. Well, we're going to kind of summarize this story here, but if you really want the full inside and out, I suggest that you follow Aaron Camaro and Chris Cisnak and listen to the Decibel Geek podcast, not just for the Vinnie Vincent story here, but because that show is amazing to begin with. Those two guys are great. And if you're not listening to Decibel Geek, you're missing out on a spectacular show.
Yeah, they do an excellent job. They're a favorite of everybody's. They always come highly recommended. They know their stuff.
Yeah.
And more than anything, they've got credibility.
Yep, exactly.
And the fact that Vinny thinks that his name or his word means anything to anybody is so beyond ridiculous.
Yeah, it was bad. So this whole thing really got ugly, and it turned into like a political intrigue story, with Vinny and with Chris, and what's going on at the Rockin' Pod in August, and just all kinds of. It's real ugly. So we're gonna just kind of summarize Vinny losing his friggin' mind again. So if you can give me a minute, I'm gonna read Vinny's statement, and this is legitimately the statement of somebody who is not well, and we've said this before. So a little bit of a background before I read this. So there's some Facebook groups. If anybody is a member of any Facebook groups out there, some KISS groups, we're parts of those. Some of them are private groups. You have to be like screened and allowed in. They're not public. And there's a couple of groups for Vinnie Vincent called Euphoria and Legion. I guess they're very diehard, whatever. So this is a message from Vinny. Quote, "This is my statement straight and from the heart. When Steve came to me with the idea of celebrating my birthday with the fans, I loved the idea right off. Euphoria and Legion have become a safe haven for true Vinnie Vincent fans. These sites were intended to protect the good fans from the relentless internet bullying mobs of hate-filled lunatics engaged in the systematic witch hunt to sabotage my brand name and reputation. We live in a weird fucking time when a few rejects from the wanna ride the coattails of Vinny but got booted club post well-crafted, libelous slogans and appear on slimy podcasts to trigger misinformed, low-information Vinnie Vincent fans with lies, propaganda, and fake news. These Vinnie fans who at one time may have had good intentions sadly have become aggressive, violent, vengeful, and hate-infected radicals due to the ingested bullshit they are constantly fed daily by these losers. As a result, these lost fans have become malignant and malevolently obsessive with anything Vinnie Vincent to the point where their desperation finds them at the doors of Legion and Euphoria, spying and doing anything to get in to discover real news, stories, or information at any cost to feed their sickness, which they twist out of context. Some have even tried to trick unknowing members to disclose the private messaging between the inside club members. So because of this derangement syndrome, I have reached out to my fans on a private invite basis to share in this special event of my birthday. At this point, I'm not certain if this fight against this collective insanity is worth any more effort, so the decision is up to you, the true fans. If we meet the numbers to balance out the birthday event-related expenditures, it's a go. At that point, I'll be planning some surprises. It will be a blast. I'm not going to read anymore because it just keeps going on and on and on.
No, read the rest of it, please, because I know he goes off on that rant.
Okay, well, you missed that a little bit. If we meet, it's important for me to publicly enjoy this ride with the fans, whether it's playing, recording, or reconnecting with the fans, but it's getting more difficult at every turn to find that enjoyment based on the above. So the truth is that my appearances may be ending. I'm happy to play, write, and record in private if need be, so it works out one way or the other for me. If my history, recordings, and legacy is all I leave behind because of this cesspool, so be it. I'm fine with that too. If you want it, grab it now, as this will not be an ongoing event. If you make this happen and want to hear a no-holds-barred, gloves-off interview and more, this will be the first of its kind and the last interview I plan on giving. There will be no filming or recording. No one outside the attendees will have any entitlement to witness this event other than you. And then it just keeps going. I mean, this guy is just... moreover, stop believing these triggered topics and phrases such as Vinny doesn't show up, Vinny can't play, Vinny rips off his fans. These people need to grow the fuck up. This is cleverly fabricated propaganda invented by the banished and rejected leeches who got their boot in desperation decided to slander the name of Vinnie Vincent to bring importance and relevance to themselves. Dude, I don't even know what the fuck I just read. I mean, that is just I mean, he is blaming us. Not us, but he is blaming the fans for the fact that he is no longer going to do interviews and performances. I mean, this guy is just not well. I mean, look, some of the terminology you're using here, internet bullying mobs, hate-filled lunatics.
Dude, you're not that important to people. Like, stop making it seem like that's, oh my God. He makes it sound like this is like part of like this million-person like vendetta against him. Like, go up to like 100 people and go, hey, do you know who Vinnie Vincent is? See what you get.
You know what's happening is I think these Facebook groups, and we're part of some Facebook groups personally and with the show. Those people are fucking serious diehards, and we're just parts of some regular KISS groups. Nothing real radical or crazy. Can you imagine what it would take to be part of a Vinnie Vincent group? You got to be fucking psychotic to begin with, right?
Oh my God!
I don't know, and I mean, I'm planning. First of all, let's back up for a second. He's planning his own birthday party. What are you, 5 years old?
It's going to be at Chuck E. Cheese. If not, we're going to go to Johnny Rockets.
Everybody, meet me at Dave and Buster's. I'll be playing Pac-Man for everybody. Like, what? Dude.
He's going to meet at the American Girl doll store? I think they went out of business.
I mean, I like this. Because of this derangement syndrome, I've reached out to my fans on a private invite basis. Wow.
I'm going to give your fans? You're going to give the 8 people to your concert that you posted? You're going to give those guys an exclusive interview, but no taping, no talking, no seeing, no breathing, no nothing.
Yeah, right. He's gonna tie everybody to a chair and blindfold them and just
come listen to me, and I'll give you the 100% true story, no holds barred.
He says it's getting more difficult at every turn to find enjoyment based on the above. The truth is that my appearances may be. Do you have any? We've said this before. This guy needs serious fucking help. He's the one canceling the events. And he's blaming the people that are shitting on him for canceling the events.
Apparently, last year he fucked up everything with Rockin' Pod 2. Yep. Started trying to change everything the last minute and demand things. And they're like, you know what? No. And it didn't work out. I believe Chris and them. I don't believe Vinny.
Oh,
so he doesn't want to work with them again. So they called them up again and said, hey, how about if we're having a Vinny concert, a Vinny birthday event at the Marriott, the same Marriott and the same weekend as Rockin' Pod 3. And maybe we can co-promote each other.
Yep.
And rightfully so, as if you listen to the episode, Chris is like, nah, I don't want to fucking do it with you. I don't want to work with you again.
Yep.
And then he spins it again like, these people are trying to reach off me. And dude, he didn't ask to work with you. You asked to work with him.
That's what I'm saying. It's bizarre. He's mad at Chris because Chris doesn't want to take him up on his
podcast people.
Yeah, I mean, oh God, it's just bizarre. I am working now to have new Vinny merchandise at the event. What merchandise do you have? What? What a signed copy of All Systems Go? What do you have?
This is my French ball tickler that I have that I use, and I will autograph for you.
It's an Ankh Warrior shaped dildo. I'll give you this one.
It's an ass plunger. You can enjoy it dressed up as Vinnie Vincent.
This is a great sentence here. Cleverly fabricated propaganda invented by the banished and rejected leeches.
Hi, can I be your friend?
Exactly. No. Fucking nerd. I'll tell you what.
Vinny telling people, beat it, jerk. I don't want to be your friend. Okay.
I love it. And then some of the comments. It's just, oh. You know, I don't. Yeah, somebody talking about it keeps coming back to Gene's comment. We've said this a million times before. Gene's comments in Extreme Close-Up. Vinny, talented guy, but the most self-destructive guy he's ever met. And he's the kind of guy that would hang himself as he hand him the keys to the kingdom. I mean, and that was in 1992, 91, whenever Extreme Close-Up came out. I mean, he's just not well, you know. But you know what? And I saw somebody on Twitter commented on this and said, you know what? It's brilliant marketing by Vinny. But is it though? I'm not a marketing genius, but who's buying? Like, who's believing what he's saying? That's not marketing. That's insanity. That's psychosis. That's not being addressed.
Yeah.
And you know, I what I feel bad for, I guess, is I feel bad for anybody who would consider themselves a Vinnie Vincent fan. I feel bad for anybody who is believing him and listening to him, and people that are like, oh, I can't wait. This is going to be great. This birthday bash, when it's not going to happen. You know, and then he says, where we go from there will be by a special invite. So if the birthday bash is a success, expect a private invitation to a speedball jam next. What? Right. So August 10th, that's the weekend of Rockin' Pod. I mean, this is no joke. I mean, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. As of right now, we are not going to Rockin' Pod. If anybody is going to Rockin' Pod, I cannot wait to hear stories from this, to see exactly what is going on with this, because you know that that is, you talk about passive aggressive behavior. Him setting up his little comeback show on the same thing as Rockin' Pod, that's just going to be a shit show. I can't wait to see it. So,
yeah, but like, why? Think of it this way, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why doesn't he just do a regular show? What's with all the stupid gimmicks? I'll do this. It'll only be to invite only. I'm going to do this, and it'll be, you have to get a ticket here, and it'll be the. Why don't you just play a place and just come with a band and music?
Here's why. Because if people go to Rockin' Pod, okay, put it this way. If me and you ended up going to Rockin' Pod, I can tell you right now that I would buy tickets to this Vinny thing. I would. And the reason being, we're already going to be at the hotel for Rockin' Pod. Why not check out the car fire known as fucking Vinnie Vincent and see what's going on? And he knows that. If he shows up at that thing, people will go because it's the same reason why people slow down to look at a car accident on the highway. They want to see, holy shit, what's going on? If he scheduled an event somewhere out in fucking Tallahassee, no one's going. But he knows that there's going to be already a captive audience at Rockin' Pod. So it's kind of a smart move by him. Whether or not he shows up, who knows? But I think it is a smart move by him because I'm telling you, if anybody who we know is going to Rockin' Pod, I bet you they're going to go see Vinny. Why not? Just to see what kind of mess he's going to create. Because I'll tell you what, even if his show gets canceled, he'll be there on site. Right? You think he'll just fucking like walk around Rockin' Pod? Hey, I'm Vinnie Vincent.
Hey, does anybody want to come over and sign a fucking autograph picture of myself for $300?
Right. I know.
Right? Because that's what will be going on. That's what will be happening.
I would love to know, and we'll have to Google this. I would love to know, what is he charging for autographs?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you brought like your Lick It Up LP and wanted him to sign it, what the hell would he be talking about? What would he be asking for? You know what I mean?
No, I'm with you.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, with him, everything is got to be like such. It's so exhausting, such like a fucking ordeal.
Yeah.
Just get up and play music. What's your fucking problem? You're a musician. Just go up and play music and shut the fuck up. He's
just not well. I mean, listen to the words that he used and the way he phrases his stuff. There's no sense of responsibility. There's no sense of ownership for any of his actions. And it's now to the point where I like legitimately like feel bad for the guy. He's like fucking he's pathetic and and he just won't go away. I honestly don't feel bad for him. I mean, he brings this upon himself. No, I know. He's just pathetic. And I thought after the speedball thing, he just would have went away. But now he's setting this up, and I don't know. It's ugly. It's ugly.
Yeah, I mean, what do you expect is going to happen though? Like, he can't just go out there and just perform. Everything's got to be a gimmick because he can't perform. He needs his only people to go are those people that would protect him when they're like, this guy sucks.
Well, I think you're right. I think because what we're hearing is that he can't even really play anymore.
Yeah.
Can he even do a show?
Yeah. That's the thing. He makes a comment about it. But then why don't you just play? No, you'll have to pay to see me play. What the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you?
Because I don't think he can play.
I agree with you, but I'm just saying like the audacity that he thinks he's like some sort of like God's gift to music. You ran Kiss for a while and you helped them come up with some great tunes. You're a nice part to it. But life goes on, buddy. You're not that important.
I think if he was smart, which obviously he's not, instead of doing something like Speedball with 60 people and $300 a ticket, why not try? I don't know if it worked. Why not try these smaller club venues that like a place like Ace is playing and just charge $30-$40 a ticket for a show? You have a couple beers, you listen to some music, maybe he plays some Kiss stuff, maybe play some Vinnie Vincent Invasion stuff, and just have a fucking show.
I heard Sonny from Grown Up Rock podcast say that he saw Paul Gilbert, the guitar guy at some like wicked small venue. It was like $15.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he played music and a lot of it was instrumentals.
Yep.
And he was such a good guitarist, he said, that the guy was playing like the singer parts like on his guitar.
Yeah.
$15, and he's got a great point. And he says, like, people came to see it. It's entertainment. It's live music. How many people know who Paul Gilbert is? But rock people know who probably he is. But he did well, and he soared, and he's got a fucking reputation. Can play these places. He knows what he's going to make. Couple bucks, go and play. Why is that okay for him to know? But Vinnie Vincent's too good for that. What the fuck did Vinnie Vincent ever do?
Because Paul Gilbert's not a fucking raving lunatic. That's what. Can you imagine? Hi, I'm Vinnie Vincent. I'm going to charge $300 a person, and only 60 people are allowed. Who the fuck is your agent and promoter that think that those numbers are good? Name, in all honesty, all joking aside, can you name anybody right now off the top of your head that could get away with an event like that. 60 seats, $300 a person. I don't even think Ace could do that. Maybe Ace could. Vinnie Vincent's going to do that? Right? I mean,
I'm looking at something online. Something's what I'm talking
about what?
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
What happened to me? No, I don't want to share my screen with you, Tommy. But, like, can you see?
You got to post that. I don't
know what this
You got to.
Somebody's got a fucking picture of Vinnie Vincent on a big wheel.
Okay, now we know we're in audio format here. Zeus will post this when
I can find. I don't want to steal it from somebody. I'm just sorry. I'm trying to get the exact quote because somebody in the comments section had a fucking hilarious comment about it, and I can't find it right now, and it's driving me nuts.
Okay.
But so I went to find it while Tom was going on his rant, and I found a picture of somebody had him on a big wheel.
Why? What, for his birthday? Hey, look what I got for my birthday. I got a big wheel.
Bless the internet, huh? God bless it. God bless you, babe. Wish you luck in the future. Safe, Brad. Okay, see you later.
Anything more to add to Vinny so we can save the best for last?
No, I mean,
go ahead.
We talked about it. I mean, what is there more to say? He's delusional.
Yeah.
Delusional. And it's too bad. I would have liked to see him, do something and play and be able to perform. He's killed his own reputation. He goes and says and does something with Gene, and then after it comes on, he goes out on Mitch LaFon's podcast, and he's like, "Oh, I was so mad, dude. Gee, in public and what you personified didn't look like you were mad. You were saying all those comments, so either you were lying then, you're lying now. But either way, like this is the kind of shit that he does and says.
Yeah,
and it's just." Right. I loved her on Three's Company.
Joyce DeWitt. All right.
No, he shouldn't be this fucking mean, but he's just,
he's done it himself.
Yeah. And just the same thing. It's the same thing. Like he was,
All right. We're ready to turn the page here?
Go ahead. Turn the page, buddy, because I can't do this anymore.
So, at the risk of us becoming our own personal versions of Stewart, because we rant against the Stewart.
Yeah.
We wanted to take some time to talk about a very interesting Twitter post that is making its way around social media. So, on Twitter, for anybody who is a fan of metal, rock and metal, Charlie Benanti on Twitter, he is the drummer for oh God, I'm losing my mind. The drummer for Anthrax.
Yeah.
He on Twitter, I don't know why he did it, but he just came out and said, "I'm a Trunk supporter." I don't know exactly what the nature of that tweet was.
Isn't he a New York guy?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, he is. He's from the Bronx. So some guy just responded and said, "Me too, but the Kiss bashing is getting old." So Charlie Benanti responded, said, "He bashes Kiss? No." So, kind of shitting on that. Okay, but the big thing here...
Was he being sarcastic?
Yes. But the big thing is that Stewart retweeted and came out with his own version of his own personal Vinnie Vincent insanity comment. Now, you got to listen to this language that he uses. You talk about somebody completely not being aware of what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Stewart, quote, "It's truly sad to live in a world where expressing an honest opinion is bashing. People are so used to being fed the same hypersensitive PC crap. They can't handle honest, objective debate and discussion. I won't ever cave to that crap." Are you fucking kidding me?
And this is the shit that bugs me the most.
And go ahead.
He acts like he's such a tough guy.
Yep.
Oh, other people will fall for this, not me. You can count on your honest reporter. Dude, you're not Walter Cronkite. No one can get by him. He is so unbiased, and he'll tell it like it is.
Yep.
Morrow, you are not. Cut the shit, you fraud. Dude, you are so obviously apparent you have a fucking butthurt feelings all about Kiss because they told you to fuck off. And you're buddies with Ace because, you signed him to Megaforce Records. Did I tell you? Hold on. He just texted me the other day. When I was talking to Peter. Okay, buddy. So obviously we know where your loyalty's at. Do you not understand? Like, it's such a triggering thing. If Kiss gets brought up, like, you have a radio show. I'm sure the people, you have a switchboard that says fucking Johnny Coolballs wants to talk about Trickster, right? So you see what's up there. Oh, you just happened to take the Kiss call. Well, they call in and I'm going to take it, right? No, you have it prepared. Then you sit there and act like all holier than thou. Well, you guys want to ask me about it. So let me tell you. Oh, they don't do live tracks. Oh, they're singing to backup stuff. Oh, they charge their fans all this money. Oh, they don't even do this stuff. They're not even going out and meeting them anymore. Oh, my. Shut up. You obviously have a vendetta against them. You don't talk about it about other bands in the same similar manner. It is so predictable. We've done this, Tommy.
Yep. I know. We're running the risk of.
I'm just like, we're so tired of him.
Well, like I was saying, we're running the risk of the way Eddie talks about Paul and Gene. And we call him Stewart. I feel like we're turning into Stewart talking about Eddie all the time.
No, but it bugs me, though. It bugs me.
I know.
Because you look at it, you start hate watching him and hate following him.
Yeah.
And then you'll have the fucking half and half the crowd. Kiss, they've been irrelevant since Ace and Peter left. Oh, okay, dickhead. Kiss, that's a fucking joke of a band. Kiss, who takes them serious? Kiss. Dude, obviously Stewart did for years. Up until they gave him the fucking Heisman, right?
So for the record, I'm going to let Zeus catch his breath there for a minute. So for the record, just to know, just so our listeners know where we're coming from, I have since day one been a huge Eddie Trunk fan. Okay, I used to tape and watch all of his shows on VH1 Classic, That Metal Show, great show. I have both of his books. I have satellite radio, and when I can, I listen to his show. So I'm a fan of him, okay? However, the terminology that he uses in that tweet, honest opinion, objective debate. Dude, an objective debate would not be you shitting on the band you love because years ago, somebody asked Paul Stanley what he thought about That Metal Show. And Paul Stanley's response was, "Oh, you mean that show that's like Wayne's World?" And the whole crowd giggled. Ever since then, he has been butthurt. He has been shamed and embarrassed by his heroes. So now he's going to take his microphone and he's going to do the same thing. And the problem that Eddie knows is that he knows there's a huge contingent of audience out there that can't stand Paul and Gene, that think Kiss are a joke. So he's speaking to them. And if you look at the comments on Twitter, they're all like, "Kiss sucks. Oh, Kiss is a joke. Keep doing what you do, Eddie. If you didn't talk about Kiss, blah, 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 blah." Dude,
the cover band? Oh, yeah.
I won't ever cave to that crap. Cave to what crap? He's being the exact opposite of being objective. Because, like you said, Zeus, and we've said before, where is your constant criticism of these other bands and their performances? And how there are bands out there that have no original members. Are you calling them cover bands?
How about this? How many songs did they probably produce up until Dynasty? Well, actually, until Ace left, would you say he was technically on the cover of Creatures of the Night?
Yeah.
When people thought he was there. So between Ace and Peter, what'd they sing? Maybe 15, 20% of the songs?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe. Okay.
Okay,
maybe less.
The other 75% of the songs and everything that made them really the big band,
right,
was Gene and Paul.
Right.
So the real members are still there. It's like AC/DC left, it broke up, and either Brian Johnson or Bon Scott and Angus left. Now, well, the other two guys everyone likes, Malcolm, Cliff Williams, I think, and who's the other guy? Phil Rudd and them. No one's fucking listening to AC/DC other than that really. I mean, Malcolm Young's a great guitarist. Maybe I'm picking the wrong band, but I'm saying like Angus Young and Bon Scott are really, or Brian Johnson, are what really makes AC/DC. It's like Guns N' Roses and you lost Slash and Axl.
Yeah.
Okay, Izzy's pretty cool. So is Duff. But that's not the same. You can't lose Axl and Slash and then be like, well, Axl and Slash, Guns N' Roses aren't the same because they don't have Izzy and what do you call it? And Steven Adler. Okay, I agree. Those guys helped the band, gave him his sound. They're really great. I really love Izzy. I think he was a great songwriter and helped out Axl, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you're telling me two of them are going to have to come back to give me Guns N' Roses, who's it going to be? It's going to be Axl and Slash.
Right. And I understand everything you're saying is dead on accurate, but I think if you boil this down, break it down to brass tacks, it's because he was shamed and embarrassed by his heroes, and he's never, ever going to forgive them for that. And you know what? We all know that Paul is passive-aggressive and a smartass. And if people don't know what I'm talking about, I don't know if it's out on YouTube because I believe it was a video. Paul was doing some Q&A somewhere, and somebody came out and asked him, what do you think of that metal show? And Paul, in his little passive-aggressive kind of bitchy response, said, you mean that show that's like Wayne's World? And everybody giggled. And you know that Eddie still fucking sucks his thumb crying himself to sleep. They called me Wayne's World. Well, guess what? Now you got two fucking idiots like us calling you Stewart, so I hope that's an upgrade. All right? So here's a couple Twitter responses, and these are the people that Eddie's listening to. Thank you, Eddie, for calling out Paul and Gene the way you do. You're not bashing. If those two this is great. If those two cared, they would sit down with you and have an honest conversation instead of dodging you. Are you fucking high? You think
what that is? That's like the Twitter people that says, like, you know what? I disagree with George Clooney and his philosophy. He didn't meet with me when I asked him to meet me for coffee to discuss this. So he's obviously a chicken. Yeah, no. He's got better things to do.
Right. Here's another good one. Kind of not supporting us. Expressing an honest opinion is fine. It's essential for your job and your role in the music entertainment industry. You're passionate about the music and the offer and put forth by these bands. But you have a tendency to beat a dead horse. It's not often that he talks about hold on, I read that wrong. And he just talks about how he continually piles on Kiss, but you never hear. And again, I listen to Eddie's show. I have satellite radio. I listen to him. He's got a show 5 days a week on Sirius XM Volume from 2 to 4 p.m. And then he's got a show, I believe it's on Mondays, on Hair Nation called Trunk Nation. I don't hear him shitting on any other band. And I think that's the problem. That's not honest and objective. Go ahead, Zeus.
Also, sad to see you not own the fact that you have had an axe to grind with Kiss, particularly Paul Stanley. Grow up and move on.
Yeah, exactly. That's the look, you have the right to shit on whoever you want to shit on. You have that right, okay? But it's kind of, we're not going to get into politics here, but it's like when you keep shitting on the same thing over and over again and it's happening somewhere else, but you're not shitting on it because you're friends with those guys. You don't want to upset the guys on, whatever, the Rocklahoma tour or the Monsters of Rock cruise because you have to interview them, so you don't want to shit on them. You know that there's no chance of you ever running into Gene and Paul, so you're not afraid to shit on them.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what he leads to. Eddie is right on the mark. Kiss hasn't been relevant in rock music since they kissed Ace and Peter out of the band and replaced them with studio session players. Their concerts are scripted, stale, and boring. I guarantee you this
that's amazing.
Fucking cumsucker is definitely not been to a Kiss concert.
Can you imagine being a music fan and saying that Kiss hasn't been relevant since Ace and Peter left?
And saying they're scripted, stale, and boring.
I honestly, I gotta ask. I gotta wonder.
And I don't give a fuck. Oh, but that Lillian Axe concert really fucking blew my mind.
Yeah, right. This week,
the fuck up, people.
Yeah, this week on Trunk Nation, we have the bass player from Dangerous Toys. He's going to tell us how he wrote "Scared" and how it appeared on glam metal's greatest hits. Dude, nobody fucking knows who that is. Actually, although I do because I just said it, but you know what I mean.
I know we do all these bands, but I bet you half our listeners like, hey, fucko, we like these bands.
What are you talking about?
Them.
Dangerous Toys kicks ass. No, but our point is, it's just that's why
fucking back up. He played backing tracks, backing vocals on a Leatherwolf's third album. Come on. I mean, come on. What are we doing here?
But honestly, that is why Zeus and I decided to kind of switch gears a little bit this week, because we wanted to kind of go on like an extended rant/discussion about, and we're passionate about music. Obviously, you can hear us talk about it week after week. We're passionate about Kiss, but we're also passionate about people being responsible and being objective, and he has lost his way. And again, who are we? We're just two guys from New England.
Who's not? You know what? About this talking about Kiss and stuff, but you know the two people that I've heard out that come out and said stuff was, okay, obviously my buddy Jericho, right?
Yep.
Who backed Paul up, and then Sebastian Bach. Two guys that actually do this for a living and actually know them and actually love the band. They came out and they're like, fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yep.
But I'm going to listen to fucking Stewart, but sit back and tell me, yeah, I heard they're not doing well. Oh, but fucking, and God bless him, we still love him. But pigeon-toed fucking, many years since I was here. That is blowing your mind. I mean, give me a fucking break. Because I was the coolest guy in the band, because I fucking did drugs. And, where's my Grammy?
Yeah, but Eddie's responsible for the production of Britney Fox Live at the Forum, so he's got credibility. You know who I am, but it just gets back to the point of. It's like when and I think it's almost like he has become, like we call him, like Stewart. You become a caricature of what you once were. And again,
you think you're so cool and you liking these fucking no-name fucking band or awful bands, but you want to shit on them. Well, who's the other one he shits on is Ozzy too. Yeah, because because Sharon and them don't like him.
That's my point.
Shits on him.
So let's take two of the most popular, iconic, influential musical artists in the history of rock, Kiss and Ozzy. Let's shit on them.
Yeah, but they didn't sign people to fucking ball bag lint records like I did.
Yeah, but coming up next, I got the London Choir Boys on to talk about their fucking Unplugged album.
That sold 8 copies. And but they're going to be on that radio, because I just texted with him last week. And I got a call from him, and we're big fan. Yeah, hi, fucking Frank from Albany. What do you got, buddy? Yeah, I just want to say you're right about Kiss. Yeah, and these guys obviously have a problem. They're real sensitive about this. I don't know why they're so sensitive.
Meanwhile, Eddie's producers in the background. Eddie, we got like 15 calls that want to talk about Anthrax. No, I got to take these Kiss calls first. I got to take these Kiss calls first. Yeah. But that's what it is. He's become a caricature. It's like, I keep using the analogy of like politics. It's like if somebody continually watches or listens to a certain TV show, a radio station, or whatever, because you keep hearing what you want to hear. Like, he's become
Go on Fox News, Tommy. Go on Fox News and bring up Hillary. Go on MSNBC and say, I have a Trump story for you.
Okay, all right.
That's what it is.
You're being more specific.
Go on Eddie Trunk and go fucking have a story. Hey, Eddie, I got a caller online, too. He saw the Kiss concert. He said it was awful. Yeah, Eddie, I want to tell you, I saw them. They were lip singing. You could tell Paul wasn't singing. And Gene forgot lyrics, and he was falling down. And, the crowd they weren't into it. Yeah, he's just another fan telling like it is.
And then recently, I don't know if anybody saw this. There was a I can't remember the band. Oh, I think it might have been the Who. They were doing like a meet and greet, and the proceeds were going towards like a military foundation or a veterans foundation. And Eddie comes out, good to see this meet and greet money is going to something good and not in the pockets of the superstars or something. And everyone's like,
think these artists make their money anymore since they can't get money from record deals anymore and songs being played. You fucking ass.
And again, that brings us back to our original point. If you want to shit on Kiss, go ahead. That's fine. Okay, you can shit on their concerts, their music, their meet and greets. The fact that Gene charges $400 for a fucking blowtorch or whatever the hell he wants to sell you. Whatever it is.
$10,000.
Whatever the fuck it is. Oh, I'm sorry, $400 for the fucking Gene Simmons flapjack maker.
No, it's $400 for the match that fucking lights up the fucking torch, which costs $10,000.
But our point is, be responsible, dude. Critique some, I'm not saying that you have to have a radio show where you shit on bands. No one wants to listen to that. But if you're going to talk about bands, be honest about them. I love Def Leppard. Okay, one of my all-time favorite bands. Why haven't you said anything about Joe Elliott or Vivian Campbell or any of those guys? Yes, they sound great. I'm not saying that they don't. We've seen them in concert recently, but that's all plug in and play. No track.
Allows it to go on. And the standard you walk by is the standard you allow.
Exactly.
And he allows it, and then he only picks it up when it's Kiss.
Yep.
And, we've had this thing, and we refer to him as Stewart from Beavis and Butthead, the kid that wants to be cool and hang out with the kids, the cool kids. He's just not, and they tool on him, and he thinks he's cool. So he'll buy a metal shirt, and it'll be a Winger shirt.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of that song. What's the song by your favorite band that you always mock me for liking? Now I'm drawing a fucking blank.
The Eagles?
No, The Offspring.
Oh, terrible.
So he wanted to be cool. Instead of buying fucking Ice Cube, he bought Vanilla Ice.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Hey, look what I'm playing. Hey, I got my Winger shirt. And the other one's got Metallica and AC/DC. That's Stewart.
Yeah, that's what it's become.
Yeah.
So
that's
that was our first edition of Talk to Me, which these may come up every once in a while when we find that we want to really expound on our ranting and raving. We hope we hope it was tolerable and entertaining for you guys. Way it was for us.
And I know it wasn't really organized or it's just venting.
Right.
But this is how we talk.
Yeah.
And we want to have an episode where we get to talk about two Kiss-centric topics that really seems to get us going, and it seems that you guys wanted to talk about too, because you do get back to us and let us know that this is the stuff you like.
Yeah.
And one is the fuck up known as Vinnie Vincent, and the other one is Stewart. So that being the case, and we'll try to limit those topics and not go off every single time, but that being the case, Tommy, let's move on to some questions. What do we got?
All right,
so we got one.
Yeah. We got one from our buddy Stanley Lives for You. That's a good name. This is Twitter. Paul says that the final show location has been planned. Give us your best guess on location, set list, participants, etc. What do you think?
Yankee Stadium.
Okay.
Set list will include the same set list. They'll add 5 more songs maybe, which will be like 2,000 Man, Shock Me. They already have Beth. Maybe they'll do Nothing to Lose. And something like that.
Okay.
And what was the other part? Did I answer it all?
Yeah, like set list, participants who will be there.
I think all of them will be there. And I think Bruce will jump out too.
I was just going to say, you think Bruce?
Yep. I think Bruce will be there.
Now, okay. See, I think that...
wouldn't be surprised about too, wouldn't be that surprised about, what if Bob Kulick comes out too?
Yeah. Have everybody that was really involved in Kiss.
In the Kiss family. Anton Fig.
Yep.
Something like that, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah. I think here's my thing. Do you think that this will be advertised separately and individually, and they'll sell it and sell tickets and market it as the final show?
Yeah.
So okay, because I think so too. I don't think they can just be like, oh, the last date is July 9th at what I think. And
then
it will be
in a year, and then Gene and Paul will do their own thing, and maybe Paul do a solo with fucking Sister Soldier, whatever his fucking band is called.
Soul to Soul.
Brother Craig and
Sister Jones home. Brother Jones.
And then, as I predict, in a couple years, they'll have a Vegas residency.
Ooh. Maybe.
It's perfect for them. They're not touring. They can get away with it. They live in Cali. Vegas residency. Perfect for them.
I'm still trying to figure out how they're going to get two aces and two spacemen and two catmen up on the stage at the same time in makeup. That's going to look.
Wear makeup. Simple as that. Get over it, Ace.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying from a fan perspective, it's going to look kind of weird.
It's not weird. Well, I'll take it. Are you going to care if they're there?
No. I didn't say I'd care. No.
I'll take it.
All right. Next one from our buddy Grayson Gallegos on Twitter. He's a good guy. He's very active. This is a good one. If we had the chance to join Kiss, what would be your makeup / character, and what would be your talisman / power, like in Phantom of the Park?
Ooh,
I know.
So, since I go by the nickname of Zeus, I'd go by some sort of Olympian god.
Okay.
But I have to be careful. I can't do God of Thunder with lightning bolts because that's already God of Thunder and lightning bolts already there.
Yep.
But something like that. Mercury, and it'd be like winged.
Yep. That'd be cool.
Like Mercury's the god of speed, and he was like the messenger for the gods.
So you could be Mr. Speed.
Yeah, Mr. Speed. And called me Mercury.
Yeah. See,
God.
Mine would be something almost like identical to Gene, because Gene's background is like mine, with like big, huge horror movie, old school monster movie, horror movie thing. So something demon related, because I think that's why, since I was a little kid, I just identified with Gene, the blood spitting, the dragon boots, all that stuff. It would be something along that line, maybe something in the veins of like a almost like a friggin' Skeletor type character, like a
Skeletor.
You know what I mean? Like something.
Wasn't there a Skeletor from Stonehill?
I was just gonna say. I was hoping you said that. It was.
Called him Skeletor.
Skeletor.
I think I hip checked him in our floor hockey league, and you went fucking flying. I got thrown out of the game.
Fucking flying. Something like that. Probably something like skeleton skull. Maybe like fucking
Phantom.
Yeah,
the Phantom.
Yeah. Maybe something like Johnny from Karate Kid.
I hate this stupid bike.
My superpower will be bullying people.
Canvas, $3.98, JCPenney.
That's a good question. I wish I had more time to answer it, because that was interesting for sure. That was a good one. Yeah. So, I mean, like we always say, we love the feedback. We love the interaction. It seems like everybody's having fun with it, and that's what we do this for. It's fun. Give yourself a laugh. Take a break from some of the bullshit you're seeing when you scroll through Facebook, Twitter.
And you know what?
Have some fun.
I like to think, like, right, Tommy, that we have a little niche.
Yeah, totally.
Kind of your silly Kiss podcast. Two guys shooting the shit. Everybody's got, and I can listen to every type of Kiss podcast. There are more serious ones. There are more collectors, kind of Kiss connoisseurs. There are more musician people that talk about Kiss. There are more like industry people that have contacts and have people about like musicians. Me and Tommy are two fans, Kiss fans. And we think most of our listeners are in our fucking age bracket. They have our same sense of stupid humor. And this is meant to be for fun.
Yep.
If you listen to how we laugh, this is sincere, guys. This isn't phony. We fucking love it. And for us, when it stops becoming work and not fun, we ain't doing it. And we want this to be fun. I want you guys to be able to say, oh, man, you guys cracked me up when you said this. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't believe you don't like this song. I like get you guys thinking, get you guys want to interact. We're all one big KISS family, right?
Yep.
So we hope that we're just one little small part of your KISS podcast listening group. And, we hope that we entertain. That's our goal, at least.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like at the beginning of each episode, we try to give you some heads up on some news and our opinion and stuff. And then we try to do like you've listened in the past, some fun top 10s or just some, it's fun. Everybody loves talking about KISS, listening to KISS, and that's what we want, And that's what we're going to keep doing. So
yeah, without being too much of fanboys too, as you can tell.
Oh, totally. So Zeus, do you want to tell everybody where they can find us if they don't know?
Well, if you're listening to us, you obviously know our podcast.
Yep.
And a podcast, right? So the usual: iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, Podomatic. Leave us one of those 5-star child reviews. We really appreciate it, guys. Seriously, if you can do that for us, it's great. You can do that on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher. Podchaser is a great place to do it.
Yep.
And if you guys leave us some reviews there, we're going to start reading them on the air.
Yep.
And we'll certainly give you a shout out. But honestly, we would really appreciate it. Keep interacting with us as you guys have been doing. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Email us with your questions or comments or insults at shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com, shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com, and keep the comments and the fun coming, guys. We love it.
We love it. That's right. Thank you, everybody. We love the feedback, the interaction. Keep it going. It's just a good time to, we always try to have fun, posting comments, sometimes serious, sometimes silly, just getting a laugh and people just having a good time together.
That's right.
Yep.
Famous last words, buddy?
Baby, won't you let me? I think I'm going out of my head. I'm just about to, ooh, yeah. Ha.
I'm just about to, ooh. All right. I don't know if you'll know this one. I know this one very well. And we used to be it's probably one of my favorite songs on that album. So I looked at you, and then I knew that we're going to have some fun. So I thought to myself, wine was out. We should switch to rum.
What the fuck is that from?
Oh, my God.
I'm embarrassed.
Ace's solo album more, buddy. Wiped out.
Oh, God.
On that note.
Terrible.
Thank you, everybody.
We'll
see you next week.
We'll see you soon. Later.
Peace out, Girl Scout.